So we're in the office. It's now probably about an hour since we recorded. Look at this face. This is a very unhappy man right now. Don't walk away from the camera, Graeme.
On the camera in this state.
So Graeme, he puts his money where his mouth is. He decided he saw things heating up there, and he actually tried to open up a long. And he missed the boat. He went away for a glass of water, came back, and it flew off. It's taken off, and he hasn't been able to get an entry. So he's pretty bummed right now, Graeme. Do you want to just
didn't fill my market order.
Your limit order.
Sorry, my limit order.
Right.
And now it's just taken off 1%. So I missed my ideal entry. So now I'm chasing the market, which is not where you want to be as a trader.
So he was going to go for a walk to cool off. Can you believe it?
And then James started filming. So that's my cool off.
So look,
we'll
obviously cover up your account there, but there you can see that nice big green candle where he missed his opportunity.
And there's me trying to chase the market. my buy order was all the way down here.
Sorry, Graeme. We empathize with you, brother.
I'll save the colourful language
for off camera. Thanks. That'll be great. There's Mark over there. Mark's smirking. Mark's smirking at Graeme. Mark's doing real work. Hello and welcome to this edition of the SA Crypto Market Analysis with myself, James Preston.
And myself, Graeme Tennant.
And this edition is proudly sponsored by Bybit. Bybit are one of the more exciting derivative exchanges on the market where you can trade Bitcoin, ETH, XRP and EOS all with leverage. And Graeme was just mentioning to me off camera that the big Ripple wick that cleaned out and liquidated a lot of people that were in positions on XRP, that didn't happen on Bybit.
Well, it didn't happen on Bybit and it didn't happen on any other exchange.
It only happened on BitMEX.
Exactly, yeah.
So there you go. We do have a referral link for BitMEX, but we're going to point people away from BitMEX after these dodgy...
those are the type of reasons that I've decided to move my account away from BitMEX and to Bybit. So I've been on there for a couple of weeks now and I've been pretty happy with the service. And one thing I will say, the support's been excellent. So anytime I've had an issue, I've just logged the support with the chat function on the website, and they've been really helpful and actually very knowledgeable in assisting me. So I've been very impressed with the experience so far.
And all you need to do to open an account is click on our referral link in the description or in the podcast description, and you'll be supporting SA Crypto if you do see yourself as a bit of a high-risk trader who enjoys derivatives leveraged trading. Now, a little bit of a longer intro there. Let's move into the charts, Graeme. We're not going to be long because we do have Cornel who's joined us as well.
Nice that you could pop in and say hi.
It was great. This week. It was great to see Cornel, one of the great supporters of SA Crypto. So take us through something that has caught your eye just over the last few days.
Okay, great. So let's go on to a smaller time frame. Back to a bigger time frame. So this is the macro kind of outlook. We've had a really nice bullish run over the last couple of months since the start of the year. However, on our previous discussions, I felt that this bullish leg was running out of a bit of steam and was going to take a breather. And I felt that a head and shoulders pattern was starting to form. However, we can see now that this head and shoulders hasn't played out. This is the chart that we looked at last week. So that is the neckline that I drew in, that red shaded area. And so this would be our left shoulder, head, and that would be our right shoulder.
Okay.
And typically speaking, you would expect the neckline to give way and the price would fall through. And what you can do to measure your target is take the height of the head to the neckline, project that downward from the breakout point, and that would give you a target around about 9,000. So that's what I felt was the highest probability type of structure the last time we chatted. However, as you can see, it hasn't sold off to the degree that a normal head and shoulders pattern you would expect to play out.
So you reckon invalidated then?
I think it's invalidated. Look, I mean, it can still go down for sure. I mean, this could be just a second smaller head. But the fact that it's being bought up at these levels shows me that there is still buyers around and the bullish sentiment is still prevalent in the market. So interestingly enough, if we now switch over to a more bullish scenario, we can see clearly that it's a descending wedge that's starting to appear now at the top of this structure. So what this structure in this type of market is indicating is continuation. So we've had a strong bullish move up, as we've discussed. The market's now taking a pause, which is fully allowed to do. It's now contracting in volatility. So now I do actually expect us to push to the upside of this wedge. Again, it's a matter of probabilities. I'd give it maybe a 60-40 outcome, but yeah, I think it's definitely a more bullish view this week as opposed to last week.
All right, well there we go. That's all we've got time for today, Graeme. We did have some of the altcoins, just charts, overall charts, which you reckon aren't worth looking at anyway. There's not much excitement there right now.
So is just too much ambiguity on the altcoins for me right now.
So as we said, we had Cornel Groenewald. He is based in Iraq, incredible story, and as a medic on an oil field in Iraq is able to sit in front of the charts, learn cryptocurrency trading, and is watching SA Crypto very closely to see what we say about the charts. And so he popped in, he's visiting his family here in KZN. He popped in yesterday, so we caught up with him. So guys, we have found the man that made the first trade on Valor. Can you believe that? The very first recorded trade in South Africa between Bitcoin and ZAR, Mr. Cornel Groenewald. Welcome to SA Crypto.
Thanks, James.
So,
thanks for having me.
You're a very regular member on SA Crypto, on our groups, on Twitter, on Facebook. We appreciate the support. So that's why you've come all the way from Iraq. You're visiting your family. You're in the area, and we thought, hey, let's get you on a quick video.
Yeah, I do my best to keep my finger on the pulse and provide information as much as possible.
And you do pretty well, I have to say. And maybe for those that know you on Twitter and wonder, how does this guy get so much time to chart? Is he a professional trader? Is he making so much money trading? Tell us what you do, or tell the audience what you do in Iraq.
If only I was a professional trader. No, I'm a medic on an oil rig. So we sit in a clinic and treat patients. The patient flow is very low, so it's like maybe 1-2 patients a day. So I've got the luxury of being in a job that affords me the opportunity to sit and watch the charts and trade every day. And with the 24-hour trading with crypto, it just makes it much better.
Tell us what got you into crypto.
The 2017 bull rally. I was visiting my family in Nelspruit and I heard about Bitcoin, and 2 years before I also heard about it, but I didn't pay any attention. And then with the 2017 rally, I said to my wife, this is something I need to get into, and that's how I got into it. And I started with YouTube videos and basically self-taught.
Brilliant. Were you in Iraq at the time? Were you doing
Yes.
this contract? Okay.
Yes.
What advice would you give traders just coming into the space now?
It took me a while before I made my first trade, so I was lucky enough to be able to paper trade and see how it works. And obviously, I was self-taught, so I watched videos on YouTube day in, day out. From the time I got watching videos to my first trade was 6 months. So do your own research, read up, watch videos, ask questions, join WhatsApp groups, Telegram groups, read websites. Do your own research and make sure you know what you're doing before you just get in and lose money.
Yeah, well,
it's very volatile.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Learn, and that's what SA Crypto exists to do, to provide information, crowdsourced information. So we really appreciate people like you coming on board. A diverse opinion helps someone make an informed decision before making.
Yes, definitely. I mean, you can have 10 different people looking at exactly the same chart with 10 different outcomes.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Pleasure, thanks for having me.
And thanks for all the support.
Thanks, have a good day.
Happy trading. It was nice to see him yesterday.
Absolutely.
Pity we didn't record market analysis on the day of his visit.
We could have got some of his input, huh?
Yeah, we could have. Maybe next time. Graeme, thanks so much.
Thanks,
we'll catch you on Bybit.
Yes, that's where I'll be.
Sign up on Bybit with our referral link there in the comments section, or rather the description. We'll catch you in the next edition.
Cheers for now.
SA Crypto is not a registered financial advisory, and the information provided in this market analysis is for informational purposes only. Each audience member is responsible for their own financial decisions, and SA Crypto cannot be held responsible for any decisions made by those within its audience. SA Crypto strongly encourages all audience members to consult a professional and registered financial advisor before making any financial decisions.